How to submit your work after this class. Open live.euro.com in any browser. Explore classes that you can register for. Click on Submit your work. Choose the name of the student to register for the class. Click on Submit your work. Upload image. Choose image and click on Submit. Explore your work under My Submissions. Like and share your work by copying the link. Please upload your pictures in landscape mode. Click a picture with your work and post it on Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to tag us at YOLO app. Use hashtags #YOLO app and #YOLO learning.
Hi everybody! Is everybody ready for today's session? How's everyone doing? Is everybody having a good time at home? Do you have your winter vacation going on right now? How are you spending your winter vacations? Let me know in the chat box. Did you do something interesting? What did you do during your winter vacations? You can let me know in the chat box. Or has school reopened for some of you already? You can let me know the same as well. I hope all of you are staying safe at home. And I hope that you are always washing your hands and wearing your masks whenever you are going out. Yes? Okay, awesome. So what are we going to be learning today? Do you know what class it is? Any guesses? It is English class today, yes. So today we're going to be studying English. And I hope all of you are ready and excited to learn a new story today. I'll just wait for everybody to settle down. And if you have your friends also joining in, you can ask them to join in quickly as we are going to be starting with our session now. If you're studying with your friends, give me a thumbs up. How many of you have got your friends here? Give me a thumbs up in the chat box. Awesome. Great. Okay. And don't forget to make your submissions on time, okay, for all the other classes that you're taking and for this class as well. Always make the submissions on time, okay? So we're having a class today and you have 2 days to make your submission. Okay, so don't forget that you have 2 days, that is your deadline, to make your submission on live.yulo.com. And once you submit it, I will be able to check your answers then, all right? And I want to see all of your submissions, okay? Everybody who's watching today, everybody who's attending the class, I want to see your submission and I want to check it, all right? So don't forget to submit it. Don't forget that you have 2 days to make your submission and submit it on time so that I can check it, all right? And I will be evaluating it myself. So don't forget to submit it on time. Now, we'll start off with our story for today. Today, we're going to be watching and listening to a story. It is a French story. It is called La Boîte, all right? And we're going to be learning it in English, of course, because it's an English class. And it is a story about an old man and a mouse and their friendship together. Okay, so that's what the story is about. And I hope that you are very excited to know more about the story and what happens next. Okay, so I will be sharing my screen now so that you can see my screen. You can let me know, give me a thumbs up if you can see it in the chat box. And then give me a thumbs up if you can hear as well. I will be playing it right now. And sit back and enjoy the story. All right, so that was the first part of the story. Okay, so you saw quite a few things happen in the story, right? So let's go back and understand what exactly was happening in the story. All right, okay, so here we can see an old man, okay, and he's hiding behind his couch. And in his kitchen, he's got a setup ready to catch a mouse. Now, the mouse has come into the picture and now he is looking around because he smells something. All right. The old man is keeping an eye out on the mouse. The mouse is quietly and carefully running towards the kitchen, and the old man sees it. The mouse now carefully climbs up, and the old man is still watching him. The mouse slowly makes his way, carefully makes his way towards what he thinks is something yummy left for him to eat. Very silently, he's hiding as he makes his way through the kitchen. And then, right here, you can see that he's found the box, okay? And also, mice like dark places, right? They're very fond of places which are dark, where not a lot of people would go. So here you can see a shadow of the box falling on the platform. So the mouse takes advantage of the shadow and wants to go and just stay there and check if there's anything yummy to eat. So he's going right there, okay, at the box, at the corners of the box. And now the man is happy because that was the trap that he had set. So that there's a tiny matchstick that you can see, okay, and the matchstick is very delicate. It can't take the weight of the entire box. So the tiny matchstick is taking the weight of this big cardboard box. And if a mouse goes into the box and starts touching the edges, it's going to definitely fall and capture the mouse, right? The mouse has no idea of this trap. But the old man, you can see his face here, is very excited to see what's gonna happen. Is this trap gonna work? Is it not going to work? What's gonna happen? So let's see. Oh my. Oh, so the old man's expression has changed now. He's just looking at it like, oh, I thought you would fall down, and I thought that you would capture that little mouse, but I don't see that happening. And then finally, as you can see, it's trying to show us using this little drop of the tap. Okay, you can see as the little drop is going to leave the tap, you see in that moment it falls, like crashes, boom, and the mouse is inside the box. And the old man is super delighted. He's happy, excited, overjoyed. So he starts to dance. You can see his cute little dance because he finally got hold of the mouse. Here he is, super duper excited. He's doing a funny little dance. And then he's wondering, what do I do with this mouse? I finally got hold of him. Now I need to take him and put him somewhere nice. Okay, so he gets an idea. He looks at the window and he thinks, okay, I can release the mouse outside the window. That's the best place to leave him. And I won't be bothered by him ever again. So now, however, the box is not covered from the bottom, it's open. All right. So since it's open from the bottom, the man has to figure out a way. How can he carry the mouse outside without dropping him from underneath? Okay. And the mouse started running around on the platform, okay, because he doesn't know that the man is seeing him or not. The mouse still thinks he can escape. But unfortunately, the man is there and he's got hold of the mouse. So the mouse cannot escape. Now the man is trying to look around him. Okay, what can I do? How can I ensure that this mouse is safely put outside my house? How can I do that? He finally sees that newspaper there. Okay, so the name of the newspaper is Le Journal, which is the French word for the newspaper. Okay, Le Journal, you can see it right here. And the man gets an idea. Sure, I'm going to just stretch and go and reach that newspaper and put it under this box so that I can pick up the mouse and put him outside the window safely. So he very carefully takes the box along with the newspaper underneath it, and he's got both his hands securely and safely holding the box and the newspaper, and he goes towards the window. All right, he's ready to deposit the mouse outside the window, and very carefully he puts it out and he feels, okay, my task is accomplished. I've done all of this on my own. I've done an amazing task. Okay, so he just puts it right there nicely, super happy, and he pulls down the window. But then, oops, did you see that expression change? It was just a split second. So he's happy, and oops, he hears something. You know what he heard? He heard the meow of a cat. Yes, look at his expression. He heard the meow of a cat. He's very afraid. He's very scared. You know why? Of course, because the cat, it might just eat the mouse. It might chase the mouse down, and the old man is afraid. He doesn't want that to happen to the mouse, because even though he wants the mouse to get out of the house, he cares for it. He cares for the mouse. So he doesn't want that to happen to it. And now he's sort of panicking. Look at his face. He's just so worried. Like, what's going to happen to this mouse? I have to think of something to do. So he lifts the window up again and boom. So we'll find out what happens after. But first, let's play a quiz to understand how much you got of that. Okay. So everybody go to the chat box. You will be able to see a link. All right. It's the quiz link. Click on the link, enter your name, and click on start game. Once you click on start game, the questions for the quiz will display on your screen and you have to choose the correct answer to those questions. Okay, I will be waiting right here. So once you're done, just come back and we will be discussing the answers. Okay, so I'm giving everybody 2 minutes to finish the quiz and come back here so that we can discuss it together. All right. Okay, go now. Don't drop off though. After you're done with the quiz, come back to class, okay? Don't run away. All right. So I'm waiting for you. Quickly finish the quiz. And once you're done with the quiz, give me a thumbs up in the chat box. Or you can also write done in the chat box once you're done with the quiz. Or you can also put in your score. How much did you get in the quiz? Okay. I'll be waiting to hear from all of you. And I'd love to know how much you all got in the quiz. Okay, I can see most of you are answering the questions correctly. That is very good. Okay, some of you are also done with the quiz. Lovely. I'm waiting for more thumbs ups in the chat box. So the moment you are done, just put a thumbs up in the chat box, or you can also write done. Okay. Just giving you one more minute to finish, everybody. I can see the dones in the chat box. I can see some of you are also giving me a thumbs up, which is amazing. Just waiting for everybody to finish up so that we can go to the quiz and discuss, okay? Okay, shall we begin? I think everybody is ready to begin with our discussion. Okay, whenever I ask you the question, you can put in the answer in the chat box as well if you know the correct answer. I can see most of you, however, have got full marks, which is very good. So you have really been paying attention to the story. What was the old man trying to do? Play with the mouse, trap the mouse, or dance with the mouse? He was trying to trap the mouse, right? We saw that in the beginning. How did the old man cover the bottom of the box? With a plate or with a newspaper? That was really easy, right? That was with a newspaper. Why did the old man decide not to place the box outside? Because it was snowing, because of the rain, because he didn't want the mouse to be eaten by the cat. It is, of course, the third option. Very good. Because we heard the meow of the cat, remember? Yay! It's a power up and it's an eraser this time. Superb. What is the other word for hidden? Is it revealing? Is it disclosed? Or is it concealed? What is another word for hidden? It is concealed. Yes. Okay, let's take a pause here. Do any of you know that song by Elsa from Frozen? So in there is also that line, conceal, don't feel. So, there she says that she has to hide her hands. So that she wears her gloves and she hides her hands. So that's another word, conceal. Remember it now? Yes, conceal is to hide. Okay, just in case you forgot what it was, it is to hide. Okay, we'll start the quiz again now. The old man danced dejectedly, gleefully, already. The old man danced gleefully, yes. Gleeful is another word for happy. Full of happiness because you saw how happy he was, his trap was successful. He's an old man, he lives by himself. And to have something so exciting take place in his life is actually a very rare sight. So he, of course, naturally was really happy that, I was able to trap this naughty little mouse all by myself, and I'm really proud of myself. So that's why he starts dancing gleefully. He did something of his own. So that's really amazing. All right, kiddos, let's begin. All right, so that was the second segment, the second part of the story. So let's understand what exactly happened. If you see this scene right here, you feel as if the man is going to be doing something bad to the mouse, right? The lighting is scary. You can see that it's blue. You can see that there's this box on the table. You usually have such a scene when there's a murder crime taking place, or maybe a surgery, or something's gonna happen, something intense, all right? So you can see the man's expression is also pretty serious and feels like he's going to do something. He heads to the kitchen to get a tool. He's looking for some tools. You see the drama that's created here. It's very intense. And suddenly you see that he's carrying something, some tool in his hand. Okay. And you see it's like a pitchfork, and it's a pitchfork that he's going to use to put in the box. And what's really interesting to see is this whole scene in which they show him in a very scary position, as if he's gonna just jab the box and probably kill the mouse. We don't know what's gonna happen next, but it's really freaky, okay, when you see this. And as you keep going, you see that he stops right there. And then he very gently takes the pointed section very close to his fingers to poke. So you see how the lighting changed? That's very interesting to see how the lighting went from blue, which showed it could have been a very serious, dark scene, to yellow, which makes it a warm, light, happy scene, right? So you see how interestingly they played around with it. And then the action is just, oh, he's just making some holes for the little mouse to breathe because he cares for him so much, right? And now he remembers, hey, I need to give him some food. I need to give him some water. How could he could be starving? How could I just let him go that way? So with the right amount of consistency, he put some water in the top of the cap and he slides it down into the box. And he's waiting for the mouse to finish it. He also takes some of his bread crisps and breaks them into smaller pieces, and he's checking the piece is just fine for the mouse to fit from the top of the hole, and he puts it into the hole and he's waiting. He's saying, oh, my mouse will eat it up. I'll get some sounds, some noises, but whoops, what happened? The piece is thrown outside by the mouse. The old man wonders, now what do I do? Is it time to lift up the box and see what my little guy is up to and how he feels about what I did? So he does exactly that and lifts up the little box and sees the mouse standing there, and he is furious. He is angry. He doesn't like what happened to him. The old man tries to reason with him, but he's confused. So the old man finds a way out of it. He picks up the little breadcrumb and pushes it towards the mouse. Mouse is not interested. He's throwing some drama. So he takes away the breadcrumb and enjoys it himself. He pretends to eat it up. The mouse thinks he's really eaten it up. Wow. The old man has a blast while he's eating it up. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. That was the most delicious breadcrumb I ever ate. The mouse is jealous. The mouse wants to eat it himself. He's just like, how can you do that? How can you eat my breadcrumb? You better give it back. So the old man is playing with him and he's playing a game with him. So he pretends like he's doing a magical trick, abracadabra, gilly gilly boom, shush 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 and poof, it's back. And the mouse is stunned. He can't believe it. But then he sees the little breadcrumb piece and he walks towards it carefully but surely, trying to smell, trying to sniff. And as he edges closer and closer, he picks it up and runs off. The old man thinks, okay, I guess we're friends now. So let me just try taking my little finger and saying hi to my little guy. Okay, so he takes his little finger and edges closer, but the mouse runs off because he's still not very happy with the old man. The old man is sad again. Firstly, he's sitting all alone in his house. He's lonely. He doesn't have any friends. On top of that, his only friend, the mouse, is angry with him. Imagine this kind of life. Must be really sad, right? And it was just a small prank he was playing with his friend. But his friend got really angry with him. and now he isn't talking to him. How many times have we also done this to our friends and our friends stop talking to us? Yes or no, kids? Be it on April Fool's Day or any other day, we've pulled so many pranks on our friends, right? Or sometimes our friends have pulled pranks on us. So, how many times have we felt upset? Or our friends have felt upset whenever there was a prank, right? So, some of us can totally empathize with the mouse and what he's going through. All right, let's take a break right here and go and do the quiz. The quiz link is in the chat box. You can click on it, enter your name, and click on Start Game. Then the questions will display on your screen and you will have some options. Choose the option which fits best. If you get a power up, use a power up on the way. Don't forget to activate it before the game comes to an end. All right? And once you're done, let me know in the chat box. Either write done or give me a thumbs up so that I know that you're done with the quiz. And we can move on to discussing the answers. And if you have any questions regarding the quiz, keep them on hold. I'm coming back. We're going to be discussing them together. You don't need to worry at all, okay? For now, just solve the quiz. If you don't know an answer, just guess the answer, okay? Don't worry, just go for it, all right? But we'll be discussing the answers to the quiz shortly, so there's no need for you to worry about it, okay? If you have any questions regarding the assignment, I'll be explaining the assignment at the end of the class. So once the story is over and once we're done with all the quizzes, I'll be explaining what you need to do for the assignment. So you don't need to worry about that either. All right. And if you have any questions regarding the assignment, please keep them on hold as everything will be clarified towards the end of the class. Okay. So stick around with me till then. Giving you one more minute to finish the quiz. Whenever you're done, just give me a thumbs up in the chat or write done in the chat. You can also post your scores in the chat so that I know how much you got, all right? I can see that most of you are getting full marks. That is wonderful. You kids are super talented. I'm so happy to see that. But if some of you are still struggling, no problem. Just try, okay? We're going to be discussing the answers afterwards. If you're not able to locate the link, it's in the chat box, okay? Or you can ask a family member for help, either your mom or dad or anybody else for help for locating the quiz, okay? It's right there in the chat box. Once you are done, give me a thumbs up or write done in the chat box. Let me know if the quiz was easy, was it difficult, how did you find it? Were you able to answer everything perfectly? All right, so let's move on to discussing the quiz now and clarifying our doubts. What did the old man give the mouse while it was in the box? Water, breadcrumbs, and air to breathe, chocolates, coffee, and rice? Nothing. That was an easy one, isn't it? We all got it right. It is water, breadcrumbs, and air to breathe. How did the old man convince the mouse to eat the breadcrumb? By doing my magic trick, by offering it money. What did he do? Abracadabra, gilly gilly boop. It was a magic trick, wasn't it? Do you think the old man wanted to hurt the mouse? Yes? No. Do you think he was really trying to hurt the mouse? If that was the case, why would he save him from the cat in the first place, right? So, The answer is no. So I've got an amazing power up which turns my points into 2, and I'm going to activate it right now. The old man felt bad. He offered the mouse some water. Choose the correct conjunction that best connects the two sentences. The old man felt bad and he offered the mouse some water. The old man felt bad, so he offered the mouse some water. The old man felt bad, or he offered the mouse some water. So, what is a conjunction? A conjunction is a word which helps to join two sentences. Different examples of conjunctions can be and, so, or, while, because, if. Here we have three conjunctions. We have and, so, and or. Which one do you think fits best? Is it the old man felt bad, so he offered the mouse some water? Or is it the old man felt bad and he offered the mouse some water? It's definitely not or, because or is usually used when there are two options. And here it isn't an option at all. So it's either and or so. Which one do you think I should go with? Do you think I should go with and? Or do you think I should go with so? Let me know in the chat box. What do you think I should go with? Okay, I'm going to listen to you guys and I'm going to go with so. Oh no, it was and. See what you did? What does to be mad at someone mean? Is it proud of someone? Is it angry at someone? Like, for instance, if my sister stole my doll, so I'm going to tell her, I'm mad at you. How could you do this? You stole my doll. So, what is my expression saying? That I am angry at her, right? Angry at someone. Okay, super. Redemption question. You have another chance. Okay. The old man felt bad. He offered the mouse some water. Choose the correct conjunction that best connects the two sentences. So what is the answer now? Tell me, everybody. It is and. I hope you got that right. Okay. So super awesome. We managed to get 100%. Would you like to know what's going to happen next in the story? Do you think the old man will always be sad and lonely? Or do you think the mouse will actually be friendly with him now? Will he forgive him? Do you think that's a possibility? Let me know in the chat box. What do you think? I'm going to share my screen right now for the next part of the story. Let's see what's going to happen. I hope you're excited to find out.
Je ne sais ce qui me pousse vers toi. Oh, ma douce, notre amour est impossible. Car j'ai découvert que je suis ton frère.
Part of this episode. So that was the last part of the story. And now let's recap and see what was happening in the last part of the story. All right. So here you can see the old man is lying in his bathrobe. It's probably evening or nighttime. He's watching some television and he's got his night lamp on. He's in his night clothes, ready to go to bed, but he's just fallen asleep on his couch. Okay. And you can see his little tiny mouse right here. And he is wanting to get close to him. All right. So he's right there climbing up to him onto the couch. He looks at him. He's got such beautiful brown eyes, right? Beautiful brown mouth has beautiful brown eyes. Okay. So he gets closer to him and gets onto his shoulder and sits on his shoulder. And he's sniffing, checking, is this guy awake? Is he playing around with me again? But apparently he's sleeping. Okay. So he goes and picks up a small little crumb. The old man was eating something delicious and he picks it up and he munches on it as he watches television with the old guy. Okay. And then he says bye bye and off he goes. Well, was the old man really asleep? No, he was awake. You can see one of his eyes open this way. Ah, got you. So he was very much awake and he was watching and feeling all the drama. And then he goes to sleep, happy to know that his little mouse friend is back again. He's not angry at him again. And they're friends again. So he's extremely happy to know that. All right. So let's go to the quiz now. The link will be with you in the chat box. You can click on it and you can enter your name and click on start game. All right. Answer all of the questions. Come back and tell me how you did. You can put down in the chat box once you're done, or you can give me a thumbs up once you're done. The link is in the chat box. If any of you can't find it, it's probably pinned to the top. You can find it there. Click on it or ask one of your family members to help you out if you can't find it. If you get a power up, use it before the end of the quiz so that you can make the most out of it while the quiz is going on. Once you're done with the quiz, come back. Don't drop off. Come back to class. Let me know how much you got. You can write done. Give me a thumbs up in the chat box once you're done with it so that I know, and then we can continue with the discussion of the quiz. Okay, I can see a lot of dones in the chat box. So I think most of you are done now. Okay, I'm going to wait for 30 more seconds, just giving few of you the opportunity to finish, and then we can go on and discuss the quiz together. If you have any doubts regarding the quiz, keep them on hold because we will be discussing them right now. If you have any doubts regarding the assignment, which will be given to you at the end of the class, keep them on hold as well. I will be explaining the assignment to you in detail and you won't have any doubts any longer, right? So that will be done at the end of the class, okay? So anything related to the assignment, everything at the end of the class. The quiz will be discussed with you right now. So I'm going to share my screen and let's start discussing. What was the old man doing? Eating dinner, pretending to sleep. Remember when he was on his couch having a good time in his own world, he was pretending to sleep. Why did the mouse climb the shoulder of the old man? To bite the old man? To eat the crumbs of his shoulder? Of course it was to eat the crumbs of his shoulder. We saw there were some crumbs lying on his bathrobe, right? So that's what the mouse wanted to eat. Did the old man care for the mouse? No. Yes. Of course, he cared for the mouse. That's why he left the crumbs on the bathrobe. He didn't let him go alone outside the window, otherwise, the cat would have eaten him. And he gave him water and some breadcrumbs to eat as well. He also made some holes in the box, remember? What is another word for special liking for something? Detest, fondness, hatred. Special liking for something? That was an easy one, right? It is to be fond of something. Let me use that in a sentence. I am fond of my piano. I am fond of my little doll. I am fond of my football. Okay, to have a special liking for something. The little mouse climbed the old man's shoulders. Identify the power of speech. So you have two things that are underlined, little and old. So what do you think they represent? Is it a noun? Is it an adjective or is it a verb? It is definitely an adjective because it is describing mouse and man, right? The mouse is little and the man is old. So since both the words are describing the noun, they're describing words, and we've all learned this in school, the describing words are called adjectives, right? So that is why old and little both are adjectives. All right, kiddos? Okay, so we got 100% once again. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work. You guys have been amazing students. I love teaching you every single class. And before we go, let us know what is the moral of the story. Okay, so the moral of the story is, what do you think it is? There's just an old man and there's a mouse, a tiny little mouse. What do you think they're up to? What do you think is the moral of the story? Any guesses? No? Yes? What? Nothing? Okay. Anything in the chat box? What do you think that you learned from this story? Any takeaways? Anything that made you feel like, wow, this is such a beautiful learning. I learned so much from the story. No? Okay. So I'll tell you. More of the story is that doesn't matter who your friend is, anybody and everybody can be your friend. All right. So in this story, we saw there was an old man. He was a lonely man. He didn't have many friends, and he was living all alone in his house. His children had all grown up, probably gone abroad, started their own lives, and he was by himself. Okay, and there's this little tiny guy, the mouse, and who he would play with all the time, every single day. And in the story, we got to see one glimpse of them playing with the box, all right? The story about the box and how the mouse and the old man were really good friends in their own way. So you don't need to speak to your friends every single day to be friends with them. You don't need to see your friends every single day to be friends with them. It's just when you have a connection with someone and you're friends with them, it all just works out. So it doesn't matter if your friend is an animal, a plant, maybe your doll, or a human being. Your friend can be anybody. All right. And if anybody else tells you that you can't have that person as a friend, tell them to shush. Shh. You can be friends with whoever, anybody you want. All right. Now, the different things related to grammar that we learned in the story were what? We learned about adjectives, we learned about old and tiny and careful, all of these are adjectives. We also learned about nouns, the different kinds of nouns, like man is a noun and mouse is a noun. We also learned about subject and predicate. Subject is the most important part of the sentence, whereas predicate is something that supports the subject. Okay, it's at the end of the sentence usually, and it's something that supports the subject so that the subject becomes more interesting, or it makes more sense, or it tells us something more about the subject. Okay, so that is what is a subject and a predicate. I'm sure you learned that in school as well. And we also learn verbs, right? There are past tense, there is present tense, there is future tense, there are different types of verbs. All right, so now we're going on to our last quiz, which is a grammar quiz. The link is inserted for you in the chat box. You can click on the link, enter your name, and click on Start Game. Okay, I will be waiting here for you. And once you are done, give me a thumbs up or write done for me in the chat box, after which we will discuss the answers to the last and final grammar quiz. Okay. To everyone asking if the story is over, yes, the story is over. We're doing a quick grammar quiz to see if you've understood all the grammar concepts that were brought up in the story. All right. So let me know once you are done in the chat box. Let me know how much you got. If you got 100%, if you got anything wrong, let me know about that. How did you do in the quiz? Was it easy? Was it difficult? Or did you have fun? Let me know about it in the chat box. I'll be waiting for you. Okay. Don't go anywhere because you still need to know what the assignment is. So after you're done with this quiz, I'm going to tell you what is the assignment so that you can submit it for me on the portal and I will be able to check it for you. Okay? So do not go anywhere. Finish the quiz and come back right here. I am right here waiting for you. Okay? Okay, so I can see a lot of dones in the chat box. I can see thumbs ups as well. Beautiful. And I can see that most of you have finished with the quiz. But now it's time to discuss and see whether we got it all right or did some of us make some mistakes here and there. So let's discuss and see who did how and let's clarify our doubts. The mouse's favorite food is breadcrumbs. Choose the subject. The mouse's favorite food is breadcrumbs. So like I explained to you in the beginning, the subject is the most important part of the sentence. And it's going to be the mouse's favorite food. Because that's what we're talking about, right? The old man danced happily. Choose the subject. It is the old man. The mouse climbed the man's shoulder. Choose the predicate. Climb the man's shoulder. Because the predicate is something that simply supports the subject. The mouse had so much fun yesterday. Choose the adjective of quantity. It's an adjective, so it is always going to be describing something else, describing a noun, right? So it's going to be much because had is a verb, and we know that already. The mouse had brown fur. Okay, I believe we have to choose the adjective. So we're going to go with brown, right? Because fur is a noun. I think some of you didn't know what to do in that question. You had to choose the adjective, okay? The old man gave the mouse little water. Choose the adjective. Is it old and little or is it mouse and water? Tell me quickly. Very good. It is old and little. Keep interacting with me in the chat box, okay? Keep writing your answers there. The mouse was trapped under a small box. Choose the adjective. Was it rat or was it small? Okay, is rat even here in the sentence? Like, how can they give us such an option, right? It is small. The dash man loved the mouse. Choose the correct adjective form. The oldest man loved the mouse, the old man loved the mouse, or the older man loved the mouse. Well, what is it that we're talking about? Are there many men in this story, or is this just one man? Are we comparing the man to somebody else? Or is he like the oldest man of all the men we're talking about? No, he's simply an old man. He's just a normal old guy. Super. So we're all done and we've got 100% once again. You guys are super awesome. Amazing. Now, to everybody who's been asking me about the assignment, I'm going to be telling that to you right now. So don't you go anywhere. But tell me, what did you guys do for New Year's? I want to know everything that you did. Did you guys have a good time? Did you do something special? Did you do something interesting? Let me know in the chat box if you did something hatke. Did you have a lot of fun? I want to know. I want to know everything that you did for New Year's. Okay, super. So now we are going to be discussing the assignment for the week. You have 2 days to submit this assignment, and you have to go to live.yulo.com to submit it. Okay. Don't forget to hand them in on time, otherwise I won't be able to check it. And I want the assignment from all of you. Okay. If you enjoyed this story and if you really like my teaching, then I know that I'm going to get all of the assignments. All right. So you need to be writing your name, your school name, your class, and the date. You have to answer the following questions in 4 crisp sentences. Where was the box kept? What animal was in the box? What is the color of the animal? And what are the 2 characters that are mentioned in the story? Okay. So you have all of these 4 questions that you need to answer for me. And that is your assignment. Okay, don't forget to write them out and submit them because you have only 2 days to submit the assignment. Okay, kids? So I will be waiting for your assignments. Please submit them on time. Write out neatly so that I can understand what you have written as well. Okay? And I'm really excited to meet you in the next class for English because we'll be learning something new in that class and do something more exciting. Okay, if you enjoyed this class, give me a thumbs up in the chat box that you enjoyed this class. You can let me know how you found this class. You can let me know what did you learn in this class, and you can let me know if you want to see me again as well. All right, kids, I had a lot of fun teaching you, and I hope you had a lot of fun learning as well. Okay, thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
How to submit your work after this class? Open live.yulo.com in any browser. Explore classes that you can register for. Click on Submit Your Work. Choose the name of the student to register for the class. Click on Submit Your Work. Upload image. Choose image and click on Submit. Explore your work under My Submissions. Like and share your work by copying the link. Please upload your pictures in landscape mode. Click a picture with your work and post it on Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to tag us at YULO app. Use hashtags #YULO app and #YULO learning.